What's up guys? Welcome once again guys to another video. Uh w- it's good to be here with you once again guys. Not because you haven't heard from me, you know, for a while now doesn't mean that you will never hear from me again. So I'm here once again guys. But guys, you all have to, we all have to give thanks. Give God thanks, because I could not have been here with you guys, but God is good. None of us could have been here right now. But we have to give God thanks for life. You know what I mean? So guys, I'm asking you as usual to please to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. You know, Unfortunately, guys, once again we are reporting on another school mass shooting. Boy, for those of you, for some reason, maybe didn't hear about this shooting. It happened in Minneapolis, where a deranged shooter shot up on the Annunciation Catholic Church and school, which killed two kids, 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10 years old Harper Moisky. Hope I'm pronouncing the names right. They were both described as such loving and kind-hearted kids. 8-year-old Fletcher, who loved and was good at any sport he played, and Harper, who everyone knew and loved as a big sister to the younger kids. It's like so heartwarming, guys, to hear a young kid being spoken about in such a manner, which is so sad. I just want to say condolences to the families and friends and loved ones of both kids. Also, guys, it's unfortunately I have to report that 18 others were rushed to hospital. 14 out of the 18 were kids. And unfortunately, 7 were in critical condition upon reaching the hospital. So hopefully, guys, though, they all pull through, and so let's keep them all in our prayers, guys. It could, hopefully, they all pull through, and we can later on we can say, okay, there were no more loss of life. So the killer and shooter is known as Robert Westman, who got his name legally changed by his mother. But now goes by the name Robin Westman, as he think of himself as a female. So in other words, he's a trans what they call him, transsexual. This dude is as mental as they come, guys. He had his love. He had this love and fascination with mass shooters. And his favorite out of all of these mass shootings that we've all heard about from time after time was Adam Lanza. And for those who remember and have been paying attention, Adam Lanza was responsible for the Sandy Hook school shooting. And I think Sandy Hook is in the same Minneapolis area, right? But honestly, with the amount of mass shooting, guys, that has taken place in America, for now we're in 2025, guys. Sandy Hook shooting was in what, 2012? 2012. I honestly don't think these politicians who are the ones that has the what do you call it, the law in their hands to change certain things and to make some laws about the people that that are able to buy guns. These politicians are not serious about making a change, guys. Nobody's trying to take away anybody's guns from them. But all they need to do is make stronger laws, for like stuff like better background checks. I think that's the main thing that they need to do, right? And as a matter of fact, there was a program that I heard of that, was put in place to try and stop these mass shootings, and it started in that same state, Minneapolis, right? But the funding was cut by, I think, well, not think, the funding was cut by the Trump administration, right? So, for I don't know why, but we have all, seen the this administration that has been doing all sort of things, guys, and cutting funds left, right, and center from, they have fired people from the CDC, all kind of things, guys. So we know they're not even trying to do anything about these mass shootings. Now, this guy, he had a manifesto, that he had set up on YouTube. I don't know how it was supposed to work, but I think they said it was supposed to have come out. Like, there's a video that is supposed to come out, like, after the shooting, where there are so many things on it. Some really disturbing things that was on it. In, like, he had a picture of a church and a hand stabbing the picture. He had all sort of stuff on it, like pictures of guns, like machine guns, handguns, stuff like that. And he had a lot of stuff on it, and letters to his family, his mom, his dad, and loved ones, where he was telling them sorry and all kind of stuff. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but maybe later on in another video, in a subsequent video, I will do some updates and read to you guys some of the things that he had and in the manifesto. But for now, I don't even want to give him much highlight right now at this time. You know what I mean? So, but guys, it's so sad when you look at these pictures right there now on your screen, guys. Where you see the pictures of the parents and families, on there that are they don't even, at that time they didn't even know yet if the status of their kids, of their child.
3-year-old Robin Westman.
It's so sad. It's so sad, guys, to see, when you look at the faces. Just imagine, you hearing about the shooting and going to the location, and you don't even know if your kid is alive or not. So, but guys, I have this video queued up, and let's listen to this video, and then we can talk some more. Listen, guys.
The court docs at 17 years old, Robert Westman, formerly had his legal name changed to Robin because docs state the minor child identifies as female and wants her name to reflect the identification. The application for the name change of a minor was filed by the mother, and a court granted the request in 2020. And we're getting new images right now of that Robin Westman obtained by Fox here on Live and Now from Fox, as we're learning more information about this. The police chief in Minnesota, Brian O'Hara, said there was a manifesto potentially on YouTube. They are looking into that. Investigators are trying to dive into that. There is no motive at this point. At the last update, they did say they obtained several warrants to look into some of the residences of this individual. We also heard from our Fox 9 team that this individual, Robin Westman's mother, may have worked at this Catholic school in recent years. So obviously a lot of potential connections there. So new information coming in about this after this tragic shooting earlier on today. 2 young kids killed, 17 others injured. Of course, those 2 victims that were fatally wounded. Okay,
guys, so you heard that. So before I even go any further, guys, um, you know, I wanna, just ask you guys to, continue to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And just keep it going, guys. And thanks for your support as always. So as you heard in the video, the shooter's name is, well, it was Robert Westman, but illegally got his name changed, by his mom, to from Robert to Robin Westman, right? And this is a picture of him when he in his younger days, guys. And it's so sad to be reporting another mass shooting at this time. You know what I mean? It's always a sad thing, guys. It's always a sad thing. And the shooter, he shot up the Annunciation Catholic Church, and killed 2 kids. You know what I mean? And it's always a sad thing when these kids have their whole life ahead of them, and to be shot and killed in this manner. You know what I mean? It's always a sad thing. So let's all just keep these families and families, friends and loved ones in our prayers, guys. And hopefully, those that are in hospital in critical conditions. 18 were rushed to the hospital, where 7 out of the 18 guys were kids. 7 out of the 18 were kids, right? So we have to keep them in our prayers, guys, and hope that most, if not all of them, pull through, so there's no more loss of life. You know what I mean? So the shooter was later on, after the shooting, found in the parking lot of the same church, the same Annunciation Church, unresponsive. So on further check, he was reported deceased. So it is believed that he took his own life. And that's always a cowardly act, guys, where the no one knows the reason or the motive for the shooting or why he did it, but it is said that he was looking in his manifesto. There were things that he was looking into bigger, what you call it now, bigger places where he could do his shooting, where more people were gathered. But then he decided that this was closer and everything, so he decided to do it there. Fortunately, the first maybe 1 or 2 shots that he fired, they were able to barricade the doors in that church, so he didn't get a chance to go inside. So he had to shoot through a window. So even though 2 kids died, it could have been worse, guys. It could have been worse, but then he he didn't get a chance to do that, and which is kind of a good thing considering the odds. So this is a picture of the weapons that he had, with writings on the things there where you could see. And as I said, later on, maybe in a subsequent video, I'll do another video with the manifesto and all of that. So this is the hand that I mentioned that he had, a drawing of, with the hand stabbing the paper. And from all of this, guys, you can see that this guy was like really mentally challenged. And this is a picture of his mom. This is the person that is, as I said, the mom got his name changed and all of that. So it's really a sad thing. And from all of that, you could just imagine what the kind of thing that you know, his family and, you know, friends might have gone through. You know, because in these cases, we all know that these people are, you know, are troubled people. And I must take this opportunity to say, guys, if, you know, any one of us or any one of you should have, you know, any family member that has, you realize has some mental issues, you know, we are never, nobody's ever going to think that our loved ones, you know, as mental as they are going to do things like this. But at the same time, we just need to get them help, guys. We need to just get them help. So, you know, the necessary help so they don't go the wrong way and do things like this, you know, because this is never a good thing to go to for anyone, whether it's the victims or the families of the shooter to go through. You know what I mean? So it's so sad, guys, you know, and we never know what these people are going through. So this here is a picture of one of the things that was in the manifesto. You know, these are some letters that he wrote to his family, his mother, his father, and loved ones. And as I said, maybe later on I'll go through, you know, some of these to and maybe read a few lines and stuff like that, because it's a lot of things, guys, which I don't even want to go through right now. You know, so boy, I'm telling you. Hopefully. So, okay, right there on the screen, this is the young girl, the 10-year-old that got killed. And you know, from all everyone, you know, I've been talking about her and the other little guy. You know, she was such a tender-hearted person, a loving person, especially to the younger kids. You know, everyone knew her in the school. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, let us give condolences to the family and friends of this little young girl. And this is the young boy, Fletcher, you know, who was such a, you know, again, a special person who was good at any sport that he tried out. You know, so guys, this is where I'm gonna close it off. And you know, these are just some of the pictures of, you know, the parents greeting their kids after everything was said and done. And from here, you could just, you know, see and imagine what they were going through. You know what I mean? So, again, guys, let us give condolences to them and, you know, keep them in our prayers, guys, because this is nothing, you know, this is nothing, you know, that anyone want to go through at any time at all. So, guys, you know, as again, thanks for tuning in once again to another video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And you know, keep me in the prayers, guys. Keep me in the prayers, because it's not it's never my intention, you know, not to be missing, you know, for any time more or so long. So until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in once again. Blessed love, and you know, appreciate everything, guys. Blessed love.